Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So it is finally NHL draft week on Friday night. Matthew Schaefer will be selected first overall by my New York Islanders. But after that, it's looking like a complete mystery. Even second overall, Misa's not a for sure lock based on what we're hearing of late. So before I give my personal top 40 prospect rankings, we're going to be going through the GOATs, the OGs, Bob McKenzie's draft rankings, where he surveys a bunch of scouts. So it's a more accurate representation of what these team scouts think of these players compared to just one guy's opinion or one girl's opinion. So yeah, we're going to be diving into this. Is the Hagens slide real? Is Brady Martin really going to go like top 6 or something like that? This is going to be a very accurate representation of that, in my opinion. Arguably the gold standard of prospect rankings, just because it is more of a consensus look. And Bob McKenzie is about as plugged in as it gets, even though he is pseudo-retired Bobby Margarita himself. Schaefer number 1, no surprise there. Does not shock you one bit. 10 out of 10 scouts put him number 1. And the unprecedented small sample size, none whatsoever. I could understand why people have reservations, but if you watched him, like, he dominated every single goddamn game. And even his tape the prior year was very good. He just didn't get that much puck luck, and as a result, only had like 17 points. 10 out of 10. Could be as good as Scott Niedermayer. Holy crap. I had Jake Sanderson as my cop. If he turns into Scott Niedermayer, I will be one happy boy. Substantial gap between number 1 and number 2. I still think Misa is somewhat in the realm. Spoiler alert. I do have Schaefer number 1 and Misa number 2. I think Misa is like somewhat in the realm of Schaefer. It's not like a Celebrini or Bedard levels ahead of number 2. But yeah, he still is number 1 by a comfortable margin. Not substantial in my opinion. Number 2 ranked Michael Misa. It's a small gap. At least one scout said 51-49. I'd say like 62-38. I think that's about fair if I were to say the gap as of right now. Schaefer's number 1, no doubt. Yeah, in the same universe above everyone else. Misa. Someone had Misa number 4. Jesus Christ. I wish that he exposed too. I know this is all anonymous, but like that'd be funny if he dropped that list. Who does he have? Martone, Frundell, James Hagens maybe. But that's crazy. Yeah, after this season and his exceptional status year when he was like above a point per game, he's earned the spot of number 2. James Hagens started out number 1, fell to number 2, and rightfully so. I still like James Hagens. You can go check out on my Instagram or my TikTok my breakdown of him. Oh, he's number 7 now? The Hagens slide is real. Let's just go to the list. I think he usually just lists it out instead of have the rest of these spoiled. Okay, Porter Martone, number 3. Yeah, if you look past the skating, if you don't think the skating is going to be a huge concern, Porter Martone makes all the sense in the world at 3rd overall. I started out liking him coming into the season. Then the skating kind of scared me a little bit. I think I'm like swinging back up where I'm just like, Jason Robertson's not a good skater. Matthew Tkachuk's not a good skater. Mark Stone sucks at skating, but they're good guys that are ultra skilled. And granted, Stone, Robertson, amazing defensively. I'm not sure Martone's ever going to be that. But if you have the skill and the size, and Martone isn't like a Matthew Tkachuk physically, but in terms of physicality and compete. But if he makes it work, he could have a higher offensive floor, or higher offensive ceiling than even a Michael Misa. But it could just completely not work because of that skating. Anton Frundell at number 4. What do they say about him? Yeah, 0.86 points per game in the second-tier Swedish league. Pretty damn good. Yeah, I've seen him get compared to Barkov, but I'm like, he is none of the defensive impact that a Barkov has. Jesus, hopefully Barkov doesn't start replacing the Patrice Bergeron for any good two-way prospect coming out. Remember, for a 5 to 7 year stretch, any prospect that played defense, he's next Patrice Bergeron. But Frundell makes sense. He might go 2nd overall now. Caleb Desnoyers checks in at number 5. I'm decently high on Desnoyers. He was number 3 in my last ranking. Not saying he's going to stay there. But yeah, nobody had him. Someone had him as high as 3. No lower than 9. I think when looking at the floors of this draft, you could argue Desnoyers has the 3rd. I would probably say Desnoyers is the 3rd highest floor. Schaefer and Misa, obviously number 1. But considering his two-way game, no, they literally comped him to Patrice Bergeron. Stop that. Stop that. I, in my video, said Sean Couturier. We got to stop with the Patrice. That's like my number 1 pet peeve come draft season. It's always, he's half decent at defense. He's Patrice Bergeron. Jake O'Brien, number 6. Yeah, makes sense once I knew that Hagens wasn't going to be there. Again, you look at this, 6'2", 172 pounds, and he was damn effective. Get him in an NHL weight room. Get him up to 190 with the vision that he has. It could be special. Nobody had him 3. That's interesting. I thought maybe one scout would absolutely love him. What do they got to say about Hagens? 5'11". He weighed in at 186 pounds at the combine, so that's definitely encouraging. Is dipped. Okay, so yeah, it's just the 3 through 7, 3 through 8 of this draft. It's gonna be so tough. Puck skills are insane. Yeah, hockey sense. Skating's good, not great. I agree with that. He could be a number 1 center, but I can't hate on them for putting that. I'm just happy that they have him at a Brady Martin. But Brady Martin, number 8. Yeah, this guy's rocketing up. Some scouts absolutely love him. I'm not one of those. I'm not a scout either, but I'm not one of them. You will not be top 8 in my personal rankings tomorrow. Roger McQueen at number 9. Yeah, maybe the most boomer bust guy within the top 12. 6'5", 197 pounds. Back problems like a Caden Lindstrom. But when he's moving, man, in transition, it is definitely special. 8 of the scouts ranked him before 4 through 10. Someone saying he won't be comfortable until 15 through 25. I would not be surprised. And McQueen might be the biggest factor in this. Like, if he went 4th, would I be shocked? If he went 18th, would I be shocked? No. Just because there is so much to like. As they mentioned, Caden Lindstrom, man. Caden Lindstrom unintentionally did Roger McQueen dirty. After Caden Lindstrom missed this entire season, basically. And McQueen's going to pay the price by falling. Victor Eklund. I'm kind of expecting Victor Eklund to fall a decent amount, given his size, although he is super physical. I think people are going to see the size and be a little bit scared. He's 5 foot. He's only 161 pounds. Good Lord. But he's so physical. Tape doesn't lie. Tape doesn't lie. What's the rest of this? Okay, we just got to go to the actual list now. Okay, Radim Murka, number 11. Makes sense. 6'6", pretty mobile. Every team wants that. Jackson Smith, number 12. I'm starting to like Jackson Smith a little bit more and more. Kashawn Aitchison, I'm very high on. I don't think he has the highest ceiling, but monster floor, given that physicality and what he brings. Hensler, number 15. Carter Bear, I like a lot. He might be decently high. Carbonneau, I feel like Carbonneau's kind of like the forgotten guy of this draft. I think he's going to shock some people how good of an NHL career he might have, even though he might fall to the late teens. Nesbitt, I saw Elite Prospects had Nesbitt like 48. They were not believers. Braden Coots has been rising a decent amount. Cole Reshney, the size is definitely a little bit concerning at 5'10". Lakovich, big power forward. I think he's probably going to go top 15 because of that. Colin Potter, a riser as well, best skater in the draft. Ben Kindle, makes sense. Milton Gashon, going to be very high on my board. Boymedian, Reed. Horcroft's been rising a decent amount as well. Surprised Fiddler's not a little bit higher. Riker, Lee, Murtaugh, Ravensbergen. He's probably going to be the first goalie, most likely almost near a lock to be the first goalie in my opinion. Nestrasil, I like a lot. I'll be talking about him in depth in tomorrow's video. After that, Mason West is a very intriguing prospect. He's a quarterback, and he has like D1 offers from Mac school. So I'm going to have a video for Bleacher Report on that. And he's choosing hockey because he's going to get drafted in the middle of the second round compared to play Mac football. But yeah, if he fully commits to hockey, he could be something special. Limitov, I think Limitov's going to go very high. 6'4" mobile Russian defenseman. Trethewey was supposed to be like a top 20 pick before the season. Just didn't really put it together, especially offensively on a bad U.S. national team. Bennick. Could be a steal. 5'7" though. He's definitely going to not go to like second, third round. But yeah, that is the Bob McKenzie. Not too crazy. Hagens falling is definitely great for my New York Islanders, especially if they're potentially thinking about trading with the Boston Bruins, as it's rumored. Besides that, nothing too shocking, I'm going to be honest, because I think McKenzie, obviously, when you get more of an aggregate, it makes sense though. Martin's been rising. Yeah, interesting list from Bob McKenzie. Yeah, let me know in the comments, what do you think about this list? Also, tonight, Manager Monday, 6:30 p.m., NHL 25 live stream. I need you guys helping me out as my assistant general managers. We're going to be making the Islanders into a Stanley Cup contender, so pop out for that. Podcast coming tomorrow where we're really going to dive into the Trevor Zegras trade as well as potentially other trades that might go down. I'll be seeing you in the next one. Peace.